Hello mga kamatwig, tuturo ko sa inyo kung paano mag-solve ng quadratic equations by extracting square roots, factoring, completing the square by using quadratic formula. Sama na rin natin yung derivation of quadratic formula, the discriminant, and the nature of the roots. Okay, ano nga ba ang quadratic equation? A quadratic equation in one variable is a mathematical sentence of degree 2. Yung mayroon daw exponent, higher exponent na 2 that can be written in the following standard form. Ito po yung isa sa exam. Ito po yung standard form ng quadratic equations. X squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a, b, c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0. Okay. Ito po yung mga term ng quadratic equations. Pag sinabi natin ax squared, ito yung tinatawag nating quadratic term. Then bx, ang bx po ay yung tawag natin dito ay linear term. Then c, ito yung tinatawag nating constant term. Ito po yung example ng quadratic equations. 2x squared plus 5x minus 3 equal to 0. Ang quadratic term natin dito ay 2x squared, linear term 5x, and the constant term negative 3. Pwede rin pong maging quadratic equations ang 2x squared minus 3 equal to 0. Pwede rin po yun. Pwede rin po siyang 2x squared plus 5x equal to 0. Or 2x squared equal to 0. Yun po yung mga quadratic equations. Basta po mayroon tayong higher degree na 2 o yung exponent na 2. Masasabi natin na ang equation is a quadratic equation. Okay, solving quadratic equations by extracting square roots. Dito, kapag ang constant term ay greater than sa 0, mayroon tayong dalawang real solutions or roots. Maaaring positive, negative square root of c. Then, kapag ang constant term ay equal to 0, then meron tayong one solution. At yun ay x equal to 0. Then, kapag ang c ay less than 0 or the constant term is less than 0 or a negative numbers, mayroon tayong no real solutions. Okay, example number 1. X squared minus 9 equal to 0. Then, first, we transpose negative 9 or the constant term to the right side. So, x squared minus 9 equal to 0 become x squared equals to 9. Then, by extracting square roots, square both sides of the equations, the square root of x squared equal to x and the square root of 9 is positive negative 3. So, mayroon tayong, mapansin natin na ang constant term ay greater than 0. So, mayroon tayong dalawang roots. X equals positive 3 and x equals negative 3. Example number 2. 2x squared equals to 8. Mapapansin natin that quadratic term has a numerical coefficient of 2. Then, ang gagawin natin dyan, divide both sides by the numerical coefficient of x squared, which is 2. Then, cancel. Then, 8 divided by 2 is equal to 4. Then, by extracting square root, pansin natin, the constant term is greater than c or greater than 0. Then the square root of x squared is equal to x and the square root of 4 is positive negative 2. Two real solutions. Meron tayong positive 2 at negative 2. Example number 3. X squared is equal to 0. Sabi natin na kapag ang constant term ay equal sa 0, matik po na ang solution natin dyan ay x equal to 0. Example number 4. X squared plus 1 is equal to 0. Then we transpose positive 1 to the right side, become negative 1. Then, mapapansin po na ang constant term is less than 0 or the negative number. Yan po ay no real solution. Example number 5. The square of x minus 4 is equal to 169. By extracting square root, the square of x minus 4 is x minus 4 and the square root of 169 is positive negative 13. Then we transpose negative 4 to the other side. Then x equals positive 4, positive negative 13. So, dalawa po ang solution natin dyan. X equals 4 plus 13 or x equals 17. Then, the other, x equals 4 minus 13 or x equals negative 9. By solving quadratic equations using factoring or by factoring, example number 1, x squared plus 7x equal to 0. Pansinin natin ang common sa dalawang term, the quadratic and the constant term. The quadratic and the linear term. Parehas po silang mayroong x na variable. So, ilalabas natin yung isang x times the quantity of x plus 7. The square of x plus 7x is the same as x times the quantity of x plus 7. Dahil x times x squared. X times 7, 7x. Okay, by equating to 0, x equals 0. Ito po siya. Then the other, x plus 7, yung nasa loob ng parenthesis, equals to 0. X plus 7 equal to 0. Then, x equal to 0, then we transpose positive 7, x equals negative 7. Then next, 6p squared plus 18p equal to 0. By using factoring, mapapansin natin the numerical coefficient of the quadratic term is 6 and the linear term is 18. Both multiple by 6. Parehas po silang multiple by 6. So, ilalabas natin si 6 at papansin din natin na parehas silang may p. So, 6p ang common sa kanila. 6p times the quantity of p plus 3. Same as 6p squared plus 18p. Dahil 6p times p, 6p squared. Then 6p times positive 3 equals 18p. Then, equate natin sa 0. 6p equal to 0. Then, p plus 3 equal to 0. Then, next, divide both side by 6 para makancel natin itong si 6. Then, ito, transpose lang natin sa kabila. P is equal to negative 3. Then, next, 0 divided by 6 equal to 0. And p equals negative 3. So, dalawa po ang roots natin. 0 at negative 3. Example number 3. T squared plus 8t plus 16 equals 0. Mapapansin natin ang quadratic equation ay perfect square trinomial. So, t squared plus 8t plus 16. Perfect square siya. So, ang factor nito ay t plus 4 times t plus 4. Kasi po, mapapansin natin na mamimili kasi tayo ng dalawang numbers na kapag i-add natin ay equal sa linear term na numerical coefficient na 8. Tapos, pag i-multiply natin, equal siya sa constant na 16. Okay. So, t plus 4, equate natin sa 0. Ganun din sa t plus 4 equal to 0, meron tayong negative 4, negative 4. Okay. The next example number 4. X squared minus 9 equal to 0. Perfect square binomial. Perfect po yan. Meron tayong x plus 3, x minus 3 is equal to 0. Then, x plus 3 equal to 0, x minus 3 equal to 0. Transpose lang natin sa kabila yung constant. Meron tayong x equal negative 3 and x equals positive 3. Okay, next. Solving quadratic equations by completing the square. Ayan po. X squared minus 2x minus 3 equal to 0. Ito po, quadratic equations, pero hindi siya perfect square trinomial. Ang gagawin po natin dyan, ita-transpose lang natin yung negative 3 doon sa kabila. So, x squared minus 2x equals 3. Then next, kukunin natin yung kalahati ng numerical coefficient ng linear term, which is 2. Ang kalahati ng 2 ay 1. Then, the square of 1 is 1. So, x squared minus 2x plus 1. So, kung ano ang in-add natin dito sa left side, ganun din po yung i-add natin dito sa right side. So, x squared minus 2x plus 1 is same as x squared minus 2x plus 1 equals to 3 plus 1 is 4. Then, this x squared minus 2x plus 1 is same as the square of x minus 1 equals to 4. Then, by extracting square root, ayan po, x is equal to 1, positive, negative 2. So, meron tayong dalawang roots dyan, no? X is equal to, ayan po siya, x minus 1 is equal to positive, negative 2. Nagkabaligtad lang, nagkapalit lang ito. Then, our x of 1 is equal to 1 plus 2. Ito po siya. Or 3. Then, our x of 2 is equal to 1 minus 2 or negative 1. Then, example number 2. 4x squared minus 32x is equal to negative 28. So, mapapansin natin na ang quadratic term, the linear term, and the constant term are multiple of 4. Then, divide both sides by 4. So, magiging x squared minus 8x equals negative 7. Then next, same process po kanina, kukunin natin yung kalahati ng linear term, which is 8. Ang kalahati ng 8 ay 4. Then the square of 4 ay 16. So mag-a-add tayo both sides by 6 ng 16. So x squared minus 8x plus 16 is equal to negative 7 plus 16. Then next, the square of x minus 8x plus 16 is same as the square of x minus 4. Then negative 7 plus 16 is 9. Then by subtracting square root, both sides, meron tayong x minus 4 equals positive negative 3. Then we transpose negative 4, x equals 4 positive negative 3. So x of 1 is equal to 4 plus 3 or 7, and x of 2, 4 minus 3 or 1. Okay, next, solving quadratic equations by using the quadratic formula. First, i-derive po muna natin ang quadratic formula. By the standard equations, ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, standard form of the quadratic equations. Transpose the constant term, yung c. Ilipat lang natin. Ax squared plus bx equal to negative c. Then, divide both sides by the numerical coefficient of x squared, which is a. Yan po, i-divide lang natin siya. So, magiging x squared plus bx over a is equal to negative c over a. Then next, para po by using completing this square, kukunin natin yung kalahati ng b over a. Ayan po siya. Ito po siya. Kukunin natin yung kalahati. 1/2 ng b over a. B times 1, b squared. Then, a times 2 is 2a. Then, the square of 2a is 4a squared. So, mag-a-add tayo both sides by b squared ng b squared over 4 squared. Ayan po siya. Then next, x squared plus b over 2a squared. Yun po yung factor ng x squared plus bx over a plus b squared over 4a squared is equal to 4a times negative c plus b squared over 4a squared. Paano po naging 4a times negative c? Ayan po. 4a squared divided by a, ito po yung common denominator natin is 4a squared. 4a squared divided by a is 4a times negative c. Ayun po siya. Then, 4a squared divided by 4a squared is 1 times b squared, b squared. Okay, then next. Pwede po natin pagpalitin ito. Yung positive sa negative, ilipat lang natin. Okay, next. Subtract yung square root. Both sides. X plus b over 2a is equal to the positive negative square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Transpose b over 2a to the other side. Ayan po siya, magiging negative b over 2a. Then, mayroon po tayong common denominator. Pagsamahin na lang natin ang numerator natin. Negative b, positive negative square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Ito po ang quadratic formula. Then, solving quadratic equations by using the quadratic formula. Example number 1. X squared plus 5x minus 4 equal to 0. Unang-una nating gagawin is to find the value of a, b, and c. So, the numerical coefficient of the quadratic term is 1. Mayroon po tayong 1 dito. So, numerical coefficient of the linear term is 5 and the constant term negative 4. And by using the quadratic formula, substitute all the values. Negative 5, positive negative square root of 5 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 4 over 2 times 1. Ayan na po. 5 squared is 25. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. Times negative 4 is positive 16. All over 2. Ayan po. Square root of 41. Then meron tayong dalawang roots. X of 1 is equal to negative 5 plus the square root of 41 over 2. Then x of 2 is equal to negative 5 minus the square root of 41 over 2. Okay. Example number 2. 2x squared plus x minus 8 equal to 0. Kunin natin yung value ng a, b, and c. A is equal to 2, b is equal to 1, c is equal to negative 8. Then by using quadratic formula, substitute all the values. Ayan po, negative 1, positive negative square root of 1 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 8 all over 2 times 2. Ayan po, magiging x is equal to negative 1, positive negative, square root of, the square of 1 is 1, and negative 4 times 2, negative 8 times negative 8, positive 64. All over 2 times 2 equals 4. Then next, ayan na po, negative 1, positive negative square root of 65, all over 4. Mayroon tayong dalawang roots, negative 1 plus square root of 65 all over 4, and negative 1 minus square root of 65 over 4. Okay. The nature of the roots of a quadratic equations. Discriminant. Ito po yung ginagamit natin. Ito yung equations ng discriminant. B squared minus 4ac. Then, para malaman natin yung nature ng roots, it can be 0, positive and perfect square, positive but not perfect square, or negative. So, kapag ang result ng b squared minus 4ac ay equal sa 0, kapag ang result po nito ay equal sa 0, then the roots are real numbers and are equal. Kapag ang result ay greater than 0 and a perfect square, kapag perfect square yung equations natin, then the roots are rational numbers but are not equal. When b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0 but not a perfect square, then the roots are irrational numbers and are not equal. Then, kapag ang b squared minus 4ac ay less than 0 or negative, then the equation has no roots. So, example. Example number 1. X squared plus 6x plus 9 equal to 0. Kunin natin yung value ng A, B, and C. Ayan, by using the formula b squared minus 4ac for discriminant, ayan po siya, 6 squared minus 4 times 1 times 9. Substitute mo lang po itong mga value ng A, B, and C dito sa ating equations. Then next, the square of 6 is 36 and negative 4 times 1 is negative 4 times positive 9, negative 36. So, our discriminant is 0. Sabi nga natin kanina, kapag ang value ng b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, mayroon tayong real numbers and are equal. To check, ayan po, x squared plus 6x plus 9 equal to 0. So, factor out lang natin. Perfect square trinomial yan. Ayan po. Mayroon tayong 2 roots. Dalawang real numbers na equal. Equal po ang negative 3 at negative 3. Okay. Next. X squared plus 3x plus 2 equal to 0. Perfect square trinomial. Tama po. Kunin natin yung value ng A, B, and C. Then by using discriminant, b squared minus 4ac equals 3 squared minus 4 times 1 times 2. And po, the square of 3 is 9. Then negative 4 times 1 is negative 4 times positive 2, negative 8. Then b squared minus 4ac is equal to 9 minus 8. So, greater than 0 at perfect square trinomial. So, roots are rational numbers but are not equal. Ito po, check natin. Mayroon tayong perfect square trinomial. Patayin natin i-factor yan. X plus 1 times x plus 2. Then, x plus 1 equal to 0 at x plus 2 equal to 0. X sub 1 is equal to negative 1 and x sub 2 is equal to negative 2. Transpose lang po natin ito. Lipat-lipat lang natin. So, ayan po siya. So, mayroon tayong 2 real numbers. Rational numbers. 2 rational numbers but not the same. No? Hindi siya equal. Okay, example number 3. X squared plus 6x plus 3 equal to 0. Yung equations natin is not a perfect square trinomial. So, kunin natin yung value ng A, 1, B is equal to 6, and C equal to 3. By using the discriminant equations, b squared minus 4ac, ayan po siya, the square of 6 is 36 minus 4 times 1 is 4 times 3 is 12. Then 36 minus 12 is 24. It's greater than 0 siya, pero not a perfect square trinomial. So roots are irrational numbers and are not equal. So ito po, transpose natin yung negative 3 by using the completing the square. Kalahati ng 6 is 3, the square of 3 is 9, so mag-add tayo both side by 9. Then x squared plus 6x plus 9 is same as the square of x plus 3 equals to negative 3 plus 9 equal to 6. Then subtracting square root, x plus 3 is equal to positive negative square root of 6. So meron tayong dalawang roots na x sub 1 is equal to negative 3 plus square root of 6 and x sub 2 equal negative 3 minus square root of 6. Okay, example number 4. X squared plus 2x plus 3 equal to 0. Then a, b, c, the value of a is 1, b is 2, c is 3. Then substitute all the values. Square root of 2 is 4 minus 12 equals to negative 8. So, papansin natin ng discriminant natin dyan ay less than 0 or negative. So, mayroon tayong not real numbers o no real solutions. Ayan po siya. Completing the square. Ayan, the square of x plus 1 squared is equal to negative 2. Then by extracting square root, x plus 1 is equal to positive negative square root of negative 2. Ayan po siya. Ayan. Thank you. Patuloy po tayo na manood. Huwag natin kalimutan mag-like, subscribe, and share. Pakiclick na rin po natin ang notification bell para patuloy tayong ma-update sa mga bagong lesson. Salamat!